Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham, and I'm in Guatemala right now. And obviously, I'm slumming it with that swimming pool behind me, right? Okay, I'm being cynical or sarcastic. I never get these words right. Okay, today I wanted to talk about the fear of phone calls, the fear of text messages, the fear of emails, and the fear of people. Okay, I've been writing a book about the philosophy of, and I realized that the philosophy of knowledge, okay, what we know, is kind of interesting because I actually have people tell me I'm going to go search on Facebook for information. That's like going, that's like not a very wise thing to do. Okay, maybe if you said you was going to go read Wikipedia, I would understand. But even Wikipedia has its caveats, right? I mean, it's not easy to say that. Reporters cannot use all the information in Wikipedia because a lot of it's very skewed. But how do you have knowledge that's not skewed? Okay. And I was watching this woman today. She was incredibly bright. Let me see if I can get up her name. Her name was Emily Chomley Wright, and she talks about how to have a conversation. So you could look for this word. I'll try to put the Google Docs inside the description of this and my notes in a way. But one time, what I'm trying to say here is people are not reading their emails. People are not answering the phone. People are not, talking to people. And what is going on? This means that their knowledge that they're accumulating is very, very sketchy. Okay. And my opinion as a philosopher, you should get 25% of your knowledge from experience, 25% of your knowledge from media, reading, books, television, anything like this, any kind of media, and 25% of your knowledge should come from people and strangers, and 25% conversations with strangers. So 25% of your knowledge should come with conversations with people that you consider at the philosophy level where they're seeking the truth. That doesn't mean they're brilliant or anything like that. It just means that they have a sincere desire to know the truth. Sorry about all that playing with my camera, but I keep trying to optimize, right? Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. Okay, but I'm trying to think why do they do it? The three reasons why I think happened is somewhere right in the 50s. See, the television wasn't prevalent until about the 1950s, 55, 60s. And after that point, then you have these newscasters that started telling it the world outside the house is dangerous. And people believed it, okay? And so at somewhere around 1950, 1960s, the information, what was really good about the television is it really got rid of malaria inside the United States. Up until that point, we had malaria, but broadcast television is broadcasting the truth and broadcasting fear. So a lot of times it's fear, but it's dangerous outside. So they start, less and less children were able to just go outside the house because their parents knew of that one rapist or that one pedophile or that one thing. I mean, they act like this is absolutely prevalent everywhere on the planet. The world's a safe place, guys. If you're living in a neighborhood where you hear of like a lot of these things happening or shootings in your neighborhood, move. Okay, but it's dangerous outside. Then we have this entertainment with smartphones. I see this constantly. People just hand their smartphone to their children, and this is education. And this is a way to babysit their children. Not a good deal, okay? Because again, it's a socialization with a smartphone. And then we have the problem of urbanization, which is again, urbanization is I'll tell you the definition. Term urbanization is the increase in the proportion of people living in towns and not in the countryside. Okay, the whole world is moving to the city. Okay, and it's causing a lot of problems because they don't have a full range of understanding of the world. there's people in the cities that actually believe there's not enough room on the planet for people, and there's so much room on the planet for people. It's ridiculous. I was flying over the country of Colombia thinking, look at all that land that's not farmed, that's just vacant. That, there's a lot of land. Hola, amigo. And but the day the music died, that was in a song from Bye Bye. I'll think of the name of the song, but it was Don McLean's American Pie. But when the music died, that's a really kind of an important thing, because they, like, right in the 1960s, that's when the music of the world died in a lot of ways for the 25 overdeveloped countries. Okay, I separate the world into 25 overdeveloped countries like England, United States, France, Germany, Japan. I know that thing's falling down. That's what's causing the problem. My tripod is falling. The overdeveloped countries, the highly industrialized nations, are not normal. Okay, they're overdeveloped. I mean, the cost of the income inside the United States is often 250 times more than what they earn in say Africa. It's right here in Guatemala is probably about 15 times more. American earns 15 times more than a Guatemala. I think they earn roughly like 11,000 a year. And this gap is increasing. And so the overdeveloped countries are living in a bubble where they don't have a clue what's going on in the world. But the day the music died was the day that people stopped going outside. One of the values, though, of the 1950s, 1960s is in the history of travel, this is when the transatlantic flights started. I mean, right around, 30s to 60s. It's hard to say. Pan American finally made, flying across the ocean common. But knowledge, how do we acquire knowledge? And my contention is people, they are living in a vacuum. They got such a small window of access of knowledge. Anybody that's gone to university, I went to 4 years of university, blah blah blah, and anybody that's ever gone to university knows that it doesn't make you a genius. It doesn't make you even knowledgeable. What it really does is it proves that you can finish what you start, and that's what it is, the value for an employee. I mean, anybody that comes out of university thinking that they have the knowledge to think. See, knowledge is what you know, right? But knowledge that isn't used in application of doing something is really knowledge without consequences. Thomas Sowell was talking about this the other day on this Intellectuals in Society. Knowledge that you have that has never been tested, never been used, never been utilized is just what intellectuals have. They don't have actual valuable knowledge. They just have knowledge, okay? They're good teachers. They're not actually practitioners, right? They got to be pragmatic. You got to do it, okay? What is that thing on the surgery? You got to watch it. You see it. You read it. You see it. Then you use it. Or you teach it. There's three things that a surgeon does. They watch it. They use it. Then they teach it. When you teach something, that's when you learn. But you can't be a teacher of something you never use, like teaching how to buy stocks and never bought stocks. That's just anal. Buying real estate and never bought any is anal. I've bought over 60 homes in my life. I've sold over 1,000. But it's dangerous outside is the worry, right? So people they're afraid of telephone calls, they're afraid of emails, and they're afraid of people. So where's their information coming from? It's coming from a skewed interpretation, because Einstein says you can't solve a problem with the same knowledge that caused the problem, in a way. I'm paraphrasing, but you can't solve a problem with the same way of thinking that caused the problem. So you have to go outside yourself to actually get it. In Alcoholics Anonymous, what they finally get you to realize is that my best thinking caused the problem. Therefore, I have to have somebody explain to me how to solve the problem. Dysfunctional people believe that they can solve their problem by thinking. That don't work that way. Knowledgeable people, knowledge comes in from outside your own thinking. And so what happens is people that are only watching MSNBC are put into a channel. People that are watching, Fox News or CNN. All these channels are walled gardens of knowledge, and they put you in this. So a well-balanced person has a full range of knowledge. But I still don't think they can have it, because if you don't accept calls, emails, or people of knowledge entering your world, you have no filter. See, people are filters. Telephone calls are filters. Emails are filters. And I realized that people wanted to control intake. I had real estate agents that wouldn't pick up the phone. The phone would ring and they'd let it go to voicemail. I said, why are you letting it go to voicemail? You're going to miss the call. Because only 1 in 5 people, I said, each phone call costs me $20. Only 1 in 5 actually leaves a message. Therefore, but they wanted to be prepared for the phone call. And they lost all their money because they wouldn't answer the phone. Many people ask me why I sold so many real estates, so much property. I said, because I pick up the phone. That's all I did. I answered the phone. And when they're on the phone, I'd say, do you want to go look at it? That's all it takes to sell real estate, is say, because people are dying to go look at it, but they don't want to, infringe on you. But the day the music died was when people started going to this inside their house, inside the city, on the computer and on the television. I went to Warren Buffett's corporate headquarters, and I went in there and I tried to set up an appointment with him. And I didn't even get that far. They more or less just told me to get lost. But what I was really trying to discover is what if one of the richest guys on the planet had an inquiry management system. I wanted to know, because wisdom is that anybody and everybody has knowledge, and you don't know where this is coming from. So to take knowledge and then funnel it down to where it's valuable, you have to be willing to open the doors and let anybody in. That's why I accept phone calls. I accept emails. It doesn't mean I have a very, very specific way of blocking. Like some girl is trying to call me on Skype today, and it's one of these female. You get a lot of Skype. On Skype, I get like 2 calls a day where girls are trying to contact me, or they start with chatting, and I just block them because a reputable person starts out a phone call or a thing. My name is Andy Lee Graham, and I'm calling you in reference to this. These guys try to get you in a conversation, then tell you who they are. But that's not their goal. Their goal is just to tempt you, right? But the closed door policy of people on emails, calls, text messages, people entering their world, is causing the intellect of the human to the community. It's really killing the whole community of people, because there is no community. Community is what the synergy of community of people talking together is what creates a rapid increase in knowledge. The more people you talk to, the more things you know. But it's dangerous outside. But when I was laughing at Warren Buffett, because you would think with $1 billion, he would be able to have some sort of system set up, billions of dollars. I don't know how many billions, but you would have a system set up. I mean, if I was Elon Musk, I'd have this complete system set up to try to mine the people trying to contact me. And I think what he's not doing right now with X is he's mining the assholes. He's got an asshole mining system. He's mining who's a troll. That's not what you want. You want to mine the intelligent people. But the closed door policy, I was laughing because I don't know how many men I talk to act like even saying hello to a girl is wrong. And I go, of all the things that's going to make the world a better place, if everybody said hello, smiled, and said, how's the day, the world will become a better place very quickly. That's one decision I will never let back off on. Say hello to everybody. I don't care if they reply back. Give them a nod, give them a wink, do whatever you want to do. Do not follow girls if they say hello back, okay? Let them come to you. Body language tells you everything. If they're coming to you, yeah, they want to talk to you. If they're walking away, that means they don't want to talk to you. But I've been making some videos on how to recognize happy people, which, quadruples the chances that they're going to be nice to you. But this idea, how am I supposed to meet a girl if I can't say hello? Absolutely idiocy. How am I going to meet anybody if I don't say hello to them. But don't talk to strangers is good advice. On the other side is how to convert a stranger to a friend. Okay, so you gotta have a gauntlet that they run through, and I have a very, very successful gauntlet because I say hello to everybody. Don't get me wrong. Almost very few people say hello back. I would say the white people. Okay, the white people. I'm in a lot of countries where they're different colors, right? Black, white, blue. I don't really care what color they are, but the richer they are, the less they reply. Okay, but I guess the richer people are the most afraid of the world, right? And I definitely believe that rich people should be the strongest people in the world instead of the weakest. What they are proving over and over is to get rich means you're going to be alone because you're too afraid to talk to anybody. But I am not supposed to interfere with anybody else's life. That is ridiculous. There is common interface between people where you say hello. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of people I talk to because I say hello to everybody. I don't care if they say hello back. That just tells me they're not in Spanish. It's called malgenio or malgenia for the woman. I guess that means like bad spirits. Son frios. Who wants to talk to a person that doesn't feel any conscientious nature at all? But answering the telephone, answering your emails, talking to people is the three interfaces you have with somebody that can put a different point of view on your world. Without these people, you're basically telling the world that you know everything about everything and you can make the best decisions on the planet without any contrast. Don't get me wrong, I like comments on my YouTube channel, but I don't have any use for people that are disrespectful. And what happens is they're often disrespectful to people. The last time I let comments on my YouTube channel was when I was in Ecuador, and this girl, beautiful little girl, she's probably 15 or something. She had an American flag shirt on, and she came over, and I was sort of saying hi to her, and I said, "Thank you very much. Gracias para usar mi bandera. Thank you for using my flag." And she was really nice, and we just a simple thing, and I put a video up, and these men or people were saying, "Oh, did you have sex with her?" Blah, blah, blah. And I go, that girl could read these comments. And after you put up 3,000 videos, I don't care about the money. I care about the nature. I don't want to create any space where people feel safe to be disrespectful, okay? And that's why I don't allow comments. But I put my phone number on there. I'll put my phone number on this video. I'll put my email on it. I'll put all the ways to contact me. And 9 out of 10 people cannot approach anybody in a polite way. It's amazing how many people are things. So a good question, ask in a polite way, like, "My name is Andy Lee Graham. I'm from Toledo, and I want to ask a funny question, but I'd like to know your opinion on this." Hey, I often, if they're good questions, if they want to know how to be a tour guide, I don't answer them. I may say, "Hey, hire a tour guide or pay consulting for me." But I like what I call brain buzz questions. My door is open, therefore I'm brave. If your door is closed, I consider you a wimp. If you don't answer your phone and you caller ID every single thing, if you don't answer your emails, if you don't talk to people that are coming up in your world, I consider you a wimp. Are you a wimp? Okay, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity to meet and become a better person and to expand your knowledge, okay? And knowledge is everything. Tom Clancy says the knowledge is the most valuable, information is the most valuable commodity. And it is. But how do you get information if you won't test your knowledge? The only way to test your knowledge is with the 25% of your friends that you trust and you believe in, 25% isolated people. Serendipitous knowledge has gotten me a lot farther than ever me. I can't just go out and find the answer. It has to serendipitously enter. There's a saying in AA when a student arrives, a teacher appears, meaning that when I become ready to learn information is when I do it. So I'm constantly ready to talk about anything and everything. I don't care what I talk about. I like to talk about anything. But learning is exploration. So never know the outcome. You never know where your knowledge is going to grow. Yes, I focus on when I'm reading and study, I choose what videos I watch. I choose what books I read. I don't let the algorithm of Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, any algorithm force me to do it. Sometimes I do load up the algorithm of YouTube and say I'll search for something like Jordan Peterson, philosophy of knowledge, and boom, 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 it'll send me all the Jordan Peterson. I loaded it up with this woman's name, Emily Chomley Wright. I put that in Google Google Alerts, and I'm trying to do it. But is your door closed? The question is your door open or your door closed? You realize that if your door is closed and you don't answer phone calls, you don't answer things, you are believing that you are God and that all the information in the world you can control. And it's kind of hilarious. But this Emily Chomley Wright talks about the society and the problems with social networks and the things. She's really brilliant. But she was talking about the town square. Used to be we had these town squares. Used to be like I had this in Colombia. There was a town square, and you could have conversations with random people. And but now what's happened is the town joker's gone global. I always like that. Used to be the town joker was just in one city. Now he or she has gone global. But social networks are normally what I see is places where about 60% are trying to prove somebody stupid. 60%, 40% are just sharing with their family and their friends, but they want validation that in a safe place where they're only going to get it. Like somehow a safe person gives you knowledge. Safe people don't give you knowledge. It's people that say things that are outside the box, right? But two individuals can always have a safe conversation if both of them learn the manner system, like, hello, my name is Andy Graham. It's amazing how few people actually know how to introduce themselves. Hello, my name is Andy Lee Graham. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Orland, Indiana. I'm here in Guatemala as a tourist, and I'm having a good time. And how are you today? I mean, there's an 8-point discussion thing, but this lady talks about the art of conversation, really bright. But the tribe attacks has become a thing. And a tribe is a group of people that have the same status, like the Trump tribe, the Biden tribe, the Microsoft tribe, the Lennox tribe. You got all these tribes, right? And I think tribes are good. On the other side is I think two individuals on any tribe should be able to talk. And if you won't talk to somebody outside your tribe, kind of thing. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt until they prove that they're not. This is the opposite of, see, in racism or statusism, the idea is I already know what they're going to say, therefore I'm not going to talk to them. I know everything about them. I'm superior, they are inferior, therefore I don't. Statusism is much worse than racism. Racism is really kind of minor on the planet, except for maybe India or something like that, where you got the caste system. But the statusism is really bad, that rich people think that they're smarter than poor people. And you can always extract and mine information from people. But the idea of getting on any network and trying to destroy another person, I mean, you can accidentally destroy the opinion of a person by selling the truth. But to actually go out and hurt somebody by being a troll is evil. And anybody that ever does this or uses clickbait or tries to just use any kind of information that's not trustworthy to make money, you don't need to go further. They're not a value. It's not a valuable person. Maybe you have to buy the product from them because you have no choice, but don't make them as your friend. But people have to have respect for another person's time. respect on how they talk to you. But the big deal is tone of voice. I don't know how many people have a tone of voice of sarcasm, snarky, whatever, and they think, why don't you talk to me? I said, I don't talk to people that have no good juju in them, right? Their mojo's bad. But to live, to thrive, we need to strive to be alive. Okay, and the only way you can prove you're alive is if you answer the phone, you answer your emails, and you got proof of life, right? You reply to your telephone, you answer the telephone, you do it. I actually rate. I often talk to people on the phone, and I rate their what would you call it? Their business proposition. People call me up. The definition of spam, which was always just to me absolutely stupid, was unwanted email. And I go, well, how am I supposed to write anybody? I got to already know them offline before I can talk to them online. That's an absolute. And then people say, well, they spam me. I said, you have a business and you publish your phone number and your email. I got mad at this guy, Ken, one time because he screamed at a person that called my real estate company. And I go, Ken, I advertised the phone number. Yes, people use it. And they try to sell stuff. You just be polite. You just was an ambassador for my company and said you screamed at this guy and you made them believe that we are a bunch of jerks. And no, you are a jerk, okay? Please. I don't know what to do sometimes. I'm laughing sometimes, but learn how to, you can learn how to block somebody. You can learn how to filter things. You can learn how to slow down the emails. You can make it a good world, but to really be intellectual and really learn about the world, to be a person that's capable of taking on the world and being a global citizen, you have to answer your phone. You have to read your emails. You have to deal with text messages. You got to be conscientious. It's the 5 C's. Hola, amigo. Tu salió ahora? Okay, life is good. I'm here and you're not. Why not? It's because I'm brave. I emotionally can deal with the world. Travel is not about money. It's about emotionally being able to deal with the world we live in. And if you can't deal with the phone call, you can't deal with an email, you have no time for anybody, you are in a little bubble looking at the world and never can expand your life. There used to be a thing when, I don't know, like in about 30 years ago where the buzz was how to network with people. And now they think this networking's on social networks, and which is not networking. Networking isn't creating a relationship where two people can help each other, okay? That's talking to yourself and kind of mental masturbation, okay? Networking is when you make friends, you open up the door, you have a growing relationship where you have the contact information and you have the ability to converse and have a conversation. The opposite of that is a social network where you're trying to get society to answer you back. Like the society likes you. That's not very important. What's important is that you can build up a thing. When I left Fort Wayne, Indiana, I had 7,000 names inside my database. 7,000 people that I had contacted, had talked to in person, and had collected their phone number. There's unlimited ability to network because everybody's too afraid. You know, the people, at the end of the day, life is a lot better if you're talking to the people that are not afraid of people. Life is better if you talk to people that are not afraid to answer the phone, answer their email, pick up the phone. This is a brave person, and they make the world a better place. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. I'm here and you're not. Why not? Hit that subscribe button, become a Patreon if you'd like to have more messages, more videos like this. Every Sunday we're going to go live on Zoom at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. So I haven't really talked about this much, but tonight I go live at 8 p.m. And it's just building up where all my Patreon people, my paid Patreons, can get on live with me. Okay, stuff is happening in my hotel. I think she's got her pajamas on. It's always amazing how many people will walk around in their pajamas. In what do they call that? In hostels, they walk around in their baby. What do you call it? There's a suit when they have no clothes on. It's amazing how many people in hostels walk around half naked. But It's an amazing world we live in. Open your eyes, strive to thrive by being alive.